Hello and welcome to the Kayden Gordon Show, today's best country mix. And joining me right here today is Tom from the Ludlow Creek. Tom, how are you?
Doing great today, Kayden. How about yourself?
I'm doing fantastic. Thank you so much for taking the time to come on with us today.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
So why don't you start by telling everyone a little bit about you and how you kind of started Ludlow Creek?
Okay, well, it's as with everything in life, it's a long story. Been playing music since I can remember. Always loved music. Always had music in my head, and as soon as got to the early teenage years, started dabbling with friends. Um, Buddy of mine learned how to play guitar really well. Someone got drums, and he said, "You need to play bass." So I started to learn how to play bass. And so years go by and we used to, gig out doing cover music and whatnot. Then you get to a point in your life where you decide, am I going to try to pursue music or am I going to just do, a regular day-to-day, job and family and whatnot, you decide to start doing your, day-to-day work and whatnot. Music is always there. And so long story short, we would have get-togethers every once in a while to get people together, and a group of us formed. We started doing some cover music, and eventually we wrote some of our own music. And we decided, hey, do we want to do this thing? And our cover band name was pretty much a standard cover name band, and so we wanted to come up with something unique. So early this year, we decided to rename ourselves after playing for about 7, 8 years as a cover band, the five of us, and Ludlow Creek was born. We're doing original music now, and we're loving it so far.
So what is something that you most enjoy about music, Tom? Is there a certain element about it that you really, really enjoy about it?
Well, I'll tell you, it's on so many different levels. So personally, when a song comes to you, whether it's when you first wake up in the morning, when you're sleeping,
Mhm.
or you pick up the guitar and something just comes out, that's just an indescribable experience. Um, and then creating music with friends is another thing that when you feel that chemistry and you get sort of that tingle of wow, I mean that's really cool, because what you started playing based on what I was playing, I didn't expect it to go there. And then playing live, you just can't beat that. I don't know if you call it an adrenaline rush or an adrenaline slow drip, but when you play your music and you get resounding applause to it, and people really get into it, I just can't describe that feeling. It's just a great feeling. And so music just delivers on so many things. And then there's the whole emotional thing, whether you're feeling up or down, on how it can, either get you out of a bad mood or put you into a good mood. So yeah, music is just it's a great thing, and I'm just so blessed, and all of us in the band feel this way, to be talented, talents given to us from God, that we can do this. It's just it's a blessing.
Absolutely. So, Tom, if you could have an opportunity to do a duet or collaboration with any singer in the world, whether that be alive or dead, who would you choose and why?
Wow. So that's a tough one. Usually I'm asked, who's your favorite bass player, things of that nature. Um, you know, um, Probably, if you can believe this, Jorma Kaukonen, he played with Hot Tuna. He played with the Jefferson Airplane, and he has it's something I've never gone to, and I really would like to. But he has this school for musicians, for lack of a better term, here in southeastern Ohio, and he's just a heck of a songwriter, and he just loves music so much, and it just pours out from him whenever he plays and whatever. So he would be someone I'd love to sit down and play with. That'd be awesome.
Definitely, definitely. So, why don't you tell us a little bit about any upcoming projects, any upcoming singles that you got going on? Do you have anything new that you want to share?
Sure, sure. We just released a single called Stony Lonesome Road a week or so ago. I know it was last Friday. It's coming up off our new album. It's going to be released in September, which is called Which Way Is Forward. In between now and then, we're going to release another single called Finding Our Way Back, which is a pretty good Southern rocker, good tune. And we're just really excited about how this new album is going to be received. There's a pretty wide variety. I'd say, in the classic rock genre, Southern rock, what we love about that is you can go anywhere from full country to
Hmm.
almost jazz. And we actually explore all that, on the album. Um, and then we're already working on quite a few tunes for another album. So we're just really putting together a lot of material right now, and it is very exciting. We just can't wait to see how the public reacts to it.
What do you like doing outside of music, Tom? Do you have any hobbies, interests?
Yeah, quite a few. One of the things that I'm sure you've heard it before, but
Hmm.
sounds mundane, but I like doing yard work. I like, we live on quite a few acres,
Hmm.
and so whether it's cutting trees down, making sure the yard works looks really good, things of that nature. So I like the
Hmm.
yard work. I've also have always liked since I was a kid, and it probably started with, and it's parallels the music thing, is classic cars. So I've had Camaros and Chevelles and Impala, quite a few different cars through the years. And I just really love old, probably late 60s to early 70s is my sweet spot for cars.
Definitely, definitely. It's definitely different. That's not what I usually hear. I'm not gonna lie. Nobody's gonna. I mean, I've never. I mean, personally, I don't know, but yard work. I mean, hey, I mean, that's what you like to do. Then that's what you like to do.
It's
So
relaxing, I mean, you get
I
out there,
bet, yeah,
you're
you're
on
out
your
in the
own,
nature.
you
Hmm.
don't have your cell phone for people
Yeah.
to bug you,
Hmm.
and it's kind of cool.
Definitely, definitely. So where do you see Ludlow Creek in the next 5 to 10 years? Do you have a goal for everything for you?
Well, for all of us, the band's talked about, how do we measure success?
Hmm.
Really, we'd like to be what you consider, a regional band. We don't
Hmm.
have any delusions of being, a band that is, nationwide, top 10, et cetera, et cetera. Um, if that happens, that's a wonderful thing. But for us, really, it's just we want to play, in our tri-state area here, and it's interesting how, in starting off, we've started to get people listening and downloads, et cetera, from all over the world. So, I mean, you never know where it goes, but yeah, we haven't really set our sights on anything specifically. And the one thing that we always talk about is, keeping it based on focusing on the music and the love everybody in the band, Alan, Dave, Jeff, Michelle,
Hmm.
and myself have for each other, and keeping that the focus and writing good music. And, what comes of it comes of it, and we feel if we produce really good music, eventually it's gonna get picked up. It's gonna get noticed.
Absolutely, absolutely. So where can people find you on social media if they want to keep up with what you guys are up to?
Sure, you can find us on the web. It's ludlowcreek.com, and then also Facebook / Ludlow Creek. We're starting a YouTube channel, and right now the best way to find us on YouTube is to literally just go to YouTube and do a search on Ludlow Creek
Hmm.
Band, to start finding some of our videos. We have an Instagram account as well, and those are really the basic things that we have for social media.
What is the message they would like to give your fans or anyone that might be watching or listening to this, Tom?
I'm sorry, could you say that again? I'm,
No worries, no worries. Do you have a message to those who might be watching or listening to this or any of your fans?
well, just in general, we believe that, music can really um, help, all of humanity. It's important, and our message is, or our mission is to basically put a smile on people's face, to bring some joy into the world, into their world, and hopefully that they're creating new and wonderful memories when they're listening to our music, and that's something they can take with them for the future.
Definitely, definitely. Now, Tom, is there anything that I forgot to mention that you'd like to mention today?
Not that I can think of offhand. You did a great job as far as taking, all the way through the gamut. I appreciate you did a great job interviewing.
Thank you so much. And again, I would like to thank Tom from Ludlow Creek for coming on the Kayden Gordon Show today's Best Country Mix. Really appreciate your time and patience.
Hey, you're welcome. We loved it.